Hello, leaders. Hey, this is Paul Grau, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that equips leaders and entrepreneurs to achieve their greatest potential. This show is sponsored by Current Leadership Coaching, and they help entrepreneurs excel as leaders so they can create super teams. Find out more about them at currentleadershipcoaching.com. I hope you're doing great today, and I am super stoked about today's episode because I had a major light bulb moment yesterday while I was listening to the Epic Success podcast with Dr. Shannon Irvin. And Dr. Shannon is a neuropsychologist. Now, as you know, this whole week, we've been talking about leadership decision-making, and we briefly touched on how our subconscious or unconscious minds are directly behind many of the decisions that we make. Now, Dr. Shannon said on the podcast, and I believe it was episode 145, she said, our thoughts create our emotions that lead to our beliefs that essentially become our reality. And all of that creates 80 to 90% of all of our actions. And that is coming directly from our subconscious minds. Dr. Shannon continued by saying that our brain automatically filters all the info that's coming in through our subconscious thoughts or our reality. Now, this got me to thinking, and when we make instant decisions, whether they're good or bad decisions, we make a lot of these based on our assumptions or things that we believe to be true and factual. And sometimes they are indeed factual, and sometimes they're not. Our assumptions are primarily based on our beliefs, our prior experiences, our thoughts, and our reality. And then we apply them to the current situation that we're in to make our decisions. And most of the time, this all happens in a couple of seconds, maybe. However, as Dr. Shannon stated, if you are on autopilot and just making these quick decisions, your current reality and everything that comes into your brain is filtered through those past thoughts, emotions, and beliefs that we all believe to be true, no matter what the current situation may be and or how much new facts or data have been uncovered. Now, when I heard Dr. Shannon talking about all this, I was hooked. And the more she talked about it, the more intrigued I became. Our brains are so stinking powerful, and yet many of us choose not to use much of it. Instead, we choose to rely on all our past to decide our future. However, if we train our brains to filter everything differently, it will cause us to have different thoughts and emotions and beliefs and a new reality based on current facts, which will then drive our actions. My wife Jen is going through Dr. Shannon's certification program, and Jen and I were able to have a deep conversation about this whole process during our morning talk yesterday. And I'm convinced that this is the true secret to understanding why everyone does what they do. And as a leader, knowing this information can be life-altering for you and your team. I mean, you can relate this to any decision or thought or belief or action. Think about how two people might think differently and come to different conclusions while reviewing the same exact information. I mean, how is that possible? However, we see this all the time in our teams and in our society. And this is because they are all relying on their subconscious thoughts, emotions, and beliefs to direct their decisions and their lives. How about the movements that we're all witnessing here in the U.S. with Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, and All Lives Matter, and whatever else is out there? You see, all these groups are all being driven by their deep-rooted beliefs. And few people are actually willing to train their brain to put aside their filters and digest any new incoming information in a rational manner. And when everyone is just screaming and yelling at each other, well, it just doesn't seem to be making anything better. The real enemy that I believe that we're battling are the subconscious thoughts that have already decided what is right and what is wrong in our minds. Our deep-rooted beliefs are what we are struggling with. And that is where we need to begin if we want to truly see change. So Today's challenge is to choose to start trying to rewire your subconscious and start filtering all incoming ideas through a new unbiased filter, and start passing those unbiased beliefs down to our children and future generations. Hey, if you have challenges with diversity or racism or opposing values and or maybe just a lack of team unity, or if you have an average team or maybe even a dysfunctional team, man, there's no reason why you can't turn them around and make them a high-producing and profitable team. And we can help. We'll be releasing a 5-part video training series for free in the next couple of weeks. This video course will be focused on how to create and maintain a super team. In addition to the 5-part video course, we'll also include 3 live training Q&As, some group coaching, and a few other special surprises for everyone who signs up. Hey, if you want some additional information or want to sign up for this free video course, please visit currentleadershipcoaching.com/superteamsregistration. And you can find that link in the show notes as well. Hey, I'm real sorry this went a little long today, but this is something that I think can drastically change our world if we can grasp this concept and start teaching each other about it. As always, we greatly appreciate you for listening. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and until tomorrow, run to your challenges.